Oh, we're good. You know, we need like a theme song.
We have a theme song on our little logo thing for our other videos.
Yeah, but we need like the Spider-Man theme song. Hi everybody. Welcome to another live chat. If you come on, make sure you say hi. We basically just realized it's been a really long time since we've done a video, and we wanted to come on and catch up with you guys and let you know what we are up to and all the new games we've been playing and things like that. So come on and say hi and stick around and chat with us. For those of you who are watching after the fact, you can say hi as well and just
comment. You can still comment.
Yeah, comment. Yeah, let us know that you're watching the recorded version, and then we'll try our best to respond to your comments and your questions.
Sure. All right. Here, I'll bring this over here.
Yeah.
So since the last video, I guess, we've bought a couple new games because that's one of my favorite pastimes.
Buying games.
And eventually playing them.
And trying our best to play them. Yeah.
So we thought we would show you what we've got. Some of you, if you've come to our game nights, have seen some of them at least. I think they've all been to at least one game night so far. But yeah, we'll show them off and tell you what we like about them. So this is the first one here. One of our favorites right now. There's a lot of glare because it's a shiny box.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny. So it's there, perfect. So it's Century Golem Edition. So it says Golem Edition because the original is just called Century Spice Road, and it is a trading in the Mediterranean game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the theme. But this one is a little bit nicer. It has interesting looking stone monsters.
Is that all a golem is? A stone monster?
More or less, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rock monsters, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. If you've played Century Spice Road and you haven't seen Century Golem Edition, one of the biggest differences besides the theme and artwork is instead of cubes, there are crystals. Yeah.
Very nice.
Which are very nice to play with.
They're pretty.
Yeah. So those are the resource of the game instead of wood cubes.
We have nothing against little wooden cubes.
But they're so much prettier when they're crystals.
He gets it.
Yeah. So what do you like about this one?
I like. What do I like? I like
like?
trading type games.
Yeah.
So it's first you get this jewel, and then you need to get more. And you can trade for that one, and there's different ways to trade as well.
Mm-hmm.
I like that mechanic, collecting and then trading and upgrading and things like that. Yeah.
For me, it's the engine building part of it. You're collecting cards that let you do things, and if you collect all the right ones, you get a little engine going, and it produces gems like they're going out of style. So yeah, that's one. Very fun, very easy, very quick.
Yeah.
Can you find a spot for that?
On the floor.
Sticking with the gem engine building and trading theme, here's the Splendor. Let's see if I can. There we go. Yeah. And this is our newest one. One of them.
Mm-hmm.
One of the newest ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's got gems. It's got trading. It's got a little engine.
Yeah, I first played it 2 years ago when our friend brought his daughter to a games night.
Yeah.
And then I don't even think she was 10 at the time.
Right.
And they both taught it to me, and I thought, well, this is pretty simple and it's pretty easy to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do with gems as well.
Yeah.
And we just got it September?
I think so.
Yeah, maybe end of September. I insisted that Matt has to get it because we were going to go to Board Game Bliss or something and pick something up. And he goes, oh, what about this game? I said, how about Splendor? And he goes, well, yeah, what about this? I'm like, you need to get Splendor. And he's like, okay, why? I said, because I'm buying you something for your birthday and you need Splendor. So we are all about upgrading our games if there's an option to. Do you want to show the tokens?
Oh, sure.
Hey, Jarrett.
So the game comes with these chips that have the gems that you need on them, and they're pretty nice. They're a nice quality poker chip, and they're fine for playing. But Jen got me an upgrade for them. So these are glass gems. So they're glass versions of the gems that we would be playing with.
But like, look at how nicely they're cut.
Yeah, which really nice.
Hey, Kristen.
So
showing off my gems.
So much more fun to play with.
This is a legit diamond, guys.
A nice big one, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they are glass, though, it's likely that they're more likely to chip and stuff, so they won't often be going out of the house very much.
It's like glass counters or like the little marbles that you can get to fill up vases or whatever. My brother used to use them as counters for Magic and stuff that. They hit against each other and then they chip. So these particular jewels or gems were about $70. So we don't. And these are the gold bars that you can use as well. They don't chip.
They're legit metal.
Yeah, they're heavy.
So they've got some weight to them.
They remind me of the scythe.
Yes, I've got some scythe tokens that are heavy like that.
We don't want them chipping. So they stay at home, or if we're going out to play with family, we don't bring them to games night or youth group or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it comes in a neat little package. So that is why Matt had to get Splendor. It's because the only reason I could justify spending $70 on gems was for his birthday.
Yes.
So, and because I wanted them to.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
So
Chris likes our shirts.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They're pretty.
We made them ourselves.
I guess these are fairly new, too.
I stitched the shirt together by hand.
Right. And you did like a loom thing where you made the fabric and
everything. It was like a loom of destiny or something.
Right.
Yeah, I got it at Value Village. It was a nice game.
Another one of my new ones I picked up the same time as Splendor because I had a chance to play this at TabsCon, which is Toronto Area Board Game Convention, which is a quarterly gaming thing. So Museum is all about collecting artifacts.
It's really awkward.
Yeah, a little bit awkward. Collecting artifacts and then arranging them in your museum in sets. You get more points for the different sets that you are able to complete, and where you're able to put them. Kind of like a set collection, a little bit of it's mostly set collection game.
And it's mostly cards.
And it's all cards. The art is amazing. If anyone knows,
a museum.
Yeah, if anyone knows board game artists, it's Vincent Dutrait, so he's got some nice art.
So that's different museums.
Yeah, and that's where you would put the cards. See if we can show a card.
Yeah.
There. So you have different museum items. And you find a spot for them in your museum. And completing sets gets you points, like I said.
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about this one yet. Probably because I lost last time.
Right.
So I need to play it a couple times and win a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chris says, great job, Jen. See, he recognizes good work when he sees it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So, that's another one of, this is a personal game. This is a Matt and Jen game.
It did come out to the last game night. The other two did as well. Because they're fairly easy to teach and to get going. The last new game we have is probably one of the older new games, I think, compared to the other ones, but it hasn't been seen since. But
third newest?
So if anyone knows anything about this, they'll know how hard it is to get one of these.
Jarrett wants to know if we steal the artifacts in museum. If me, and you get fed up, yeah, you do.
To a certain extent, there is a little stealing that could happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunately, you have to give up something to do it, so it's not. I guess it's not completely stealing.
Mm-mm.
But yes, Wingspan, which is the biggest game of 2019, I think. think that's when it came out, earlier this year.
That's heavy.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in it.
Yeah.
And there's actual birds in there.
Didn't we show this off last time? Who cares? Who cares if we showed it off before? You're going to see it again. At least this part.
It comes with a dice tower. Maybe we did show it off. I don't remember.
Yeah, I feel like we did. But look at the dice tower. It's a birdhouse. And the thing that I love, you said the company does this?
Yeah. These are all Stonemaier
They
boxes.
come with their own little boxes, so we can keep all the little doohickeys in boxes. But the best part is this dice tower. How cute is that? Absolutely love it. Things like this, well, they don't make or break a game for me, but they certainly make it more enjoyable.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I've only ever played it once, but I've played with the birdhouse about 1,000 times. If it breaks, it's not my fault. Got it? I got it. No. Just putting it back in the box there. We're fine.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Um,
No, but I like this one because the pieces are really nice, and like the things that it comes with.
the organizers and such.
Yeah, I'm gonna break it.
You had it open when you had it in the box.
I did have it open, but I'm too excited. Well, I guess we'll never know what's inside now. Anyways, we can do a video about this a little bit later, but we love it. It's very pretty. The artwork is very nice, and it's another, not set collecting.
I'd say engine building.
Yeah, you get a bird, and the bird lets you do things and gives you different abilities. It's very pretty. Yeah. The only thing that our friends encountered last time they played is they ran out of eggs.
Oh.
Yeah, the little eggs that you can get, they look like little Cadbury mini eggs, so we're going to have to add them to the tuck shop. I didn't break it, Jarrett.
Well, in the expansion that's coming out for it, we'll add some more eggs.
Perfect.
And they'll be purple eggs.
And we're getting it?
I hope so.
Excellent.
So the base game comes with North American birds.
There's a lot of birds in North America, just so you know.
There's a lot of birds.
Yeah.
And then the expansion will be adding European birds. So that'll be interesting. The next thing we have to show just came in today that we ordered from Kickstarter. I don't know, 9 months ago maybe?
Wow.
It was a while ago. It wasn't quite a year, but it is our game bag. So it'll nicely fit all of our games, and it has extra pockets here
not
for...
all of them, but...
Well, no, but a decent amount.
Yeah. Like when you invite us over and you say bring some games,
we'll be bringing them in this.
Some games.
So it has a shoulder strap, but it also has backpack straps.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Oh,
so you can carry it like a
straps as well.
What?
Yeah, so you can carry it 3 different ways. It's padded, so it'll keep your games nice and cushioned. And I don't think there's anything else that's interesting in here.
Is there secret treasure inside?
Oh, is there secret treasure?
Well, if there is, we can't tell them, then it wouldn't be secret.
Ooh,
Silica packs!
That's the secret treasure, silica
Yay! Oh, and a thingamajigger that I don't know what it's for.
Oh, that was keeping the straps together.
Oh, okay.
So that comes to us from BoardGameTables.com, which, as you might guess by the name, that's not the number one thing that they sell. They actually sell board game tables predominantly.
Jarrett wants us to bring Monopoly.
We do have Monopoly.
We do.
Yeah. Yep. It comes to every game night.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's up there.
Okay.
Comes with all.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So speaking of Kickstarter, we've been keeping our eye out, and I often check Kickstarter because games.
Yeah.
But there were a couple that we had our eye on, and we pulled the trigger, and we've ordered them.
Jarrett said we wouldn't risk coming without it. Is that another board game pun?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
We love you.
Yeah.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. But there's a couple that we definitely wanted to check out, and we've ordered. I'm not going to be able to show them because they're such small pictures.
We can post the link in the comments.
We'll post the links, but one was Tiny Epic Dinosaurs, which is I think it was like a very small dino wrangling game or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember now.
Wee little dinosaur-shaped meeples.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Can we do a jingle for BoardGameTables.com?
Oh, maybe they already have one on like.
What if we did the Spider-Man theme?
I think that they would run into copyright trouble.
Would we?
Probably. Yeah.
Well, okay.
So Tiny Epic Dinosaurs comes with little dinosaurs, and I think it's about wrangling them and putting them in your park.
Perfect. Dinosaurs are big.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs are like the new unicorn, I think.
I think so. Yeah. They may be.
Yeah. All the kids in my class.
There are some dinosaurs that have unicorn horns too, so at least horns. So
the kids in my class, this one kid has a tracksuit and it's got like dinosaur prints all over it. Nice. He is just straight up balling. He looks so cool.
Nice.
Spider pig theme. We can use that.
Yeah, there we go.
I think that belongs to anybody.
Another game we saw on Kickstarter that just screamed Jen for me, so I had to buy it for her. It's called Calico. It's about cats, and it's about making a little quilt, and it's tile placement, and you put the cats on the quilt patches. No, they just come and find their spot on a piece of quilt that they like. Well, okay. But you have little patches, and you have to follow cards to get certain designs and fill out certain requirements. It's amazing. Yeah. Another thing we've found that we're going to bring to game night, but it's not a game that we can play. It's the board game book, but it's volume 2. I'm hoping I can get volume 1 at one point. But it's basically like a what's what of board games for the year. So they show all the different interesting board games that are out. Mm-hmm. There's different interviews with designers, and there's everything to do with board games is in that book. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And then I think last time we probably talked about all these other things. Probably. Like my BattleTech stuff that I'm waiting on. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Which will probably be like a year. Yeah, some of them take forever. Like that cat game's not coming until like next Christmas? October. October. So next Christmas probably. Yeah, probably. So those are all the things that we got for our personal collection. We do bring most of our personal games to our game nights and things like that. A lot of them, yeah. But some people, they actually donate to the ministry, or with the proceeds that we make from the tuck shop, we grab a couple extra games here and there. So like from thrift stores. From the thrift stores, yeah. So Matt's dad and stepmom kind of run, I guess, the thrift store would be, or oversee management there. And so every once in a while they'll send us a picture of like a whole shelf just like full of games for like super cheap. So every once in a while we grab a couple of things. So this time I think we grabbed more, but she forgot to give us some. But the 2 that we have right now, we went and picked them up. So we're really excited. So here's one. I'm sure some of you have heard of it. You see that? I'm so excited. If you don't get sucked into a jungle, I'm going to be very disappointed. What if you get sucked into a jungle? That'd be awesome. We'll have to learn how to play this because I've never actually played that. No, me neither. Huh? I just kind of want to just yell out, Jumanji! All the time. Yeah. I don't think you're supposed to just yell it out. I don't know. And I'm not, we haven't even opened the box yet, so I'm kind of really excited. Yeah, we'll have to do like an inventory on some of these games to make sure we have all the pieces. Yeah, and bag them up and all that kind of stuff. Okay. How's it look? Well, there's some funky shaped dice, and some pawns, and a timer, and a rhino. Ooh, a rhino. Yeah. The instructions, there might be some secret codes happening. Maybe. Will there be? I don't know. I don't know, I'm just confused and intrigued. So, essentially, we've got to go through this and see what's what. If
So there's a
anyone knows how
card
to play this,
with the tarantula on it.
and what does it
And
say?
it all rhymes. Need a hand? Why, just you wait. We'll help you out. We each have 8. Okay, I'm so excited. We have to play Jumanji.
So if anyone knows how to play this and wants to teach us, yeah. That is a giant board.
Wow. Yeah. What did they say? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. In the movie, when the pieces start moving, they must be magnetized. And then, like, later in the future, they say they must be microchipped. I will be disappointed if these pieces don't move on their own. Oh, Chris says if The Rock doesn't show up, it's a letdown. That's true.
What about Robin Williams?
I don't think he's going to show up, honey.
Maybe that's where he is.
Okay. We don't want this to take a dark turn, so we're just going to leave it right there.
All right.
So anyways,
so that's one she's excited for. There's another one she's very, very excited for.
Another game that I've never played and I've always wanted to play, and now I finally can play. More Madness! And it's electronic. The shopping spree game that talks. This is something that look, there's even a picture of a compact disc on it, and a boom box, and American money, and a cordless phone. I don't think you know how excited I really am. Yeah, Matt says if he does show up, we should run. I mean, Chris says that. Yeah, probably. Okay, are you ready to see Mall Madness?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's just a lot of everything going on
Maddie!
here.
It's not very... Oh, there's even a light bright piece in here.
Oh, lucky.
I love... Wow,
bonus.
It's a bonus. I love thrift store finds. Wow.
If only we had a light bright.
I'll get one.
Oh, okay.
Our niece has one. We can take it. So I guess... Oh, and there's buttons and a speaker. Matt, I need some... Oh, well, there's some batteries in here that may or may not have leaked battery acid. So,
lovely.
Yeah. Wow. I am just excited.
Yeah.
Oh, look, and here's the characters.
Of course.
She looks like she's well, I don't know. Yeah, strutting or kind of schlumping maybe. I don't know.
Slumping around. We'll have
Oh
to
wow,
get a
there's a
baggie
lot
for
more
this.
light bright pieces.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's the same girl, but different
colors.
Okay, that's
Slumping
fine. I can
around.
work with that. Just slumping around.
Yeah.
There's a lot of light bright pieces in there. Well, I am excited because I'm going to go to the electronics store and buy a tape deck.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A tape deck.
A tape deck.
Chris says tonight was brought to you by the 80s or the 90s.
90s, yeah. Matt's getting a light bright for Christmas.
We've already got a bunch of pieces.
Just like he got the Splendor gems for his birthday. Maybe I should
go
go
game store on there?
to the phone store. Oh.
No board game store?
There's a camera store. A record store.
Okay.
A men's shop, so you can shop for men. Oh, I think everyone has their own little mall.
Are they all different?
No, they're the same.
Oh.
There's an arcade. Wow,
Nice.
Remember when there was an arcade in, what was it, Town Center? Scarborough Town Center?
May have left just around the same time.
Easy money, cash and carry bank. Sweet.
There we go.
I'm ready to blow all my imaginary monies. This is amazing. This is very exciting. Well, enough about that. I'm going to go and figure out how to play Mall Madness, assuming the battery acid hasn't completely destroyed the unit.
Hopefully. I'm sure there's probably something online.
That's true.
You can download for it.
So those are the 2 newest additions to our CK collection.
Yeah.
So come on out to our board game night next month and
November 3rd. November 3rd.
Yeah, someone's got to come out and play Mall Madness with me.
Yeah. So what else we've been doing lately? What was it? A week or 2 ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
A week or two ago.
It was
Give or take a week or two.
We went down to
Warden Woods.
We
Wow.
finally got to the new 401 Games location. So they used to be at Yonge and Wellesley. Now they're at Yonge and Bloor, which is a little bit easier to get to. It's only one subway line instead of two. But we went there, and we got a chance to look around, and then we got to play some games, which is always fun. We got to play some new ones that I've been wanting to try and that have been on my radar, but I haven't had a chance. And instead of just buying them and finding out I didn't like them, we played ahead of time. So what was the first one we played? I guess the
Cottage Garden?
was that I guess that was one of the first ones anyway. The Cottage Garden. How would you describe that one?
Tile placement, kind of Tetris-y. You get you start off with one board, and it's like a garden bed, and you get to choose sort of piece by piece at a time your pieces and where you want to place them. And there's different ways to get extra points as you move along the scoreboard. And there's things like cats and extra little things and flower pots and stuff like that to earn you extra points.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I really, really love that. It's kind of like Patchwork
Barren
Park. So that kind of theme. I like the puzzly type games.
Yeah. And then you, what did you think of that compared to Patchwork and Barren Park and all that? It's just another.
It was just another one. Yep. There wasn't. The one thing that I liked and didn't like was how you could choose the tiles.
Okay.
Because you put them out on that grid, and then a piece moves around the grid each time. And depending on where the piece is, you have to choose from that row, and that's it.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like that you can, like, what is it? Trade in a cat or something, and
right.
Yeah, but no, it's just it scratches that Tetris tile placement itch that I have. So yeah.
Another one that I got to show you. I've played before, but you hadn't played, was Seikatsu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
that was pretty.
It's really nice artwork, and has little bird tiles with flowers around them, and it's an abstract game. So if you don't know what an abstract game is, think of like checkers, Othello, chess, anything like that. It is barely a theme. And you're just placing tiles around, and you get points. You'll get points immediately for having similar birds next to each other, but you'll get more points at the end of the game if the flowers that are surrounding the birds match in a line, nice in a line
according to where
you're sitting.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting game. I first played it with David, who's the guy that made Gnomes at Midnight.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's something we'll have to add to our library at some point. Another one that we played is another dinosaur game.
What was it called?
Draftosaurus.
You totally just hit me.
You want to talk about that one? Do you remember it?
Not really. It was quick.
Yes. Very, very quick.
What was it like? Kind of like Sushi Go, kind of? No.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with cards. Again, you get a little board, and there's little wooden dinosaurs, and there's nothing to Jenga.
It's Sushi Go and
unless you want to play Jenga.
Herbaceous.
Yeah, but it's not cards though.
No, there's no cards at all. So it has the drafting mechanism,
mm-hmm.
but you have a handful of dinosaur meeples.
Mm-hmm.
You take one, and you get to put it in your park, and then you pass the rest to the next person.
That's the Sushi Go mechanic, is passing it on.
Yeah, and drafting. And then the herbaceous aspect is getting different sets of dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Depending on what the dice says is where you figure out where you can actually place. Jonathan loves NHL 20 on a 55-inch screen. Yeah, we are all about NHL as well in this house.
I like NHL.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so it's a good little game, and it depends on where you put them in the pen and how you score your points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was fun.
And it's really quick, really simple because it's just take a dinosaur and pass it on, kind of.
Oh look, wait, who won that one? I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we only played 4 games. No, we played 5 games. So another one we played was I guess we played
Planet?
6 games. Yeah. So we played a game called Planet, and I thought that was really interesting. It had something I hadn't seen before. Is each player's board was a 3D. I don't know what the 3D object name would be, but it's an octagon type shape.
Let's look it up. Well,
Sure.
What dice can you compare it to?
A 12, maybe?
A D12? There we go.
I don't know, maybe. I think it was 12-sided. Maybe. Anyway, and it was magnetic, and you would put tiles. You'd pick tiles and magnetize them to your little planet thing.
Mm-hmm.
And each of the tiles would have a different terrain, and various animals would come to your planet if you had the right terrain. That's a very general overview of the game, but that's essentially how it works.
It was a 3D pentagon.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Sorry. What's that called?
I don't know. But it was a very interesting, also very easy and very quick game.
I wouldn't say very.
I thought it was pretty easy.
Well, it was easy. Yeah. Draftosaurus is...
Draftosaurus might have been the easiest one we played.
Chris wants to know...
No. Chris wants to know what?
If we're happy that Spider-Man is back in the MCU.
Yes. I wish he could stay, but I'll accept the 1 movie deal for now.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah. 1 movie and 1 cameo.
That's not
enough. I know.
This is why we need the Spider-Man theme for our CK videos, somehow. What else did we play?
Drop It.
Yep. That was frustrating, and I don't really want to talk about it. There's like a plastic thing, and you drop your shapes in it, and your shapes can't touch your shapes, and they can't touch the other color.
Think of like Connect 4, but the whole thing is just a see-through plastic, and you're dropping things from the top.
Tangrams. You're dropping tangram shapes. Sorry.
Okay. They're colored shapes, and they're all different kinds of shapes. And you drop yours. No, I guess they're all the same. You drop your shape in, and it can't touch the same that same shape, and it can't touch a shape of the same color. Mm-hmm. But depending on how high it is how many points you'd get.
Yeah.
Unless you touch the wrong shapes, then you get nothing.
Yeah.
And you just go back and forth until you're all out of shapes.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. It's just frustrating, that's all.
Because you drop your shapes on the wrong shapes?
I drop them where they're supposed to go, but they just don't end up being there. And it's stupid. It's not Kerplunk. You know, I've never played Kerplunk, but I feel like I should. Do you get to yell Kerplunk when you play it?
You could.
Okay, let's get it.
The last game we played was Potion Explosion. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Potion Explosion, I played it first as the app version.
Yeah.
And it definitely has like the
Candy Crush type thing.
Kind of. You're not making matches, but you're filling up potion vials and like matching the requirements in the potion vial. So if you have like a little flask or whatever and you need like 3 black and 2 yellow, you can pick from a track of marbles. So in the game, you're just tapping on them. And then what happens is if let's just say you have like a blue marble and then a black marble and then a blue marble, you take the black out of the middle and then the two blues hit each other and makes that explosion, and you get to take those two blues as well. So that's where it kind of has.
So any of the same colors that hit each other are extra ones that you get to take.
And you get to keep them, yeah.
Yeah.
And so the app version is really fun. We downloaded it to our tablet and we play it like all the time. But then we actually saw the physical game, and it's really cool because it has like a little box that you put together with all the different marbles in it, and they roll down on like a track. So when you take one, they all roll down, and then the ones when you're done, you put them back in the top into any little hole, and they kind of just roll back down into this order. So that's kind of cool. It was really fun playing that and collecting them. And I think the actual physical game has 2 more like bonuses or abilities. Potion abilities, yeah. So that was kind of neat. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of fun putting it all together. There's a lot of pieces to it, but that's okay. We didn't mind. Oh. Quasi cupcakes. Quasi cupcakes, Chris.
Other than that, we've just been playing a lot of, actually, I guess not a ton, but we played a lot of Splendor lately. Mm-hmm. I've played 1 or 2 games of photosynthesis, which I stole from Dave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
that's what friends do.
Yeah.
Steal from each other.
Some Century, which your parents love.
Yeah. And yeah, but I think they both liked Splendor more.
Yeah. It gives that same, it scratches that same itch while being slightly simpler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to 401, we tried a bunch of new games, and the thing that we like about 401 games is that there's a Korean barbecue.
Right next door.
Right next door, Korean grill house. If you've never been and you like meat, go to Korean barbecue.
Yeah, it's a good place to get meat.
Yeah. Another thing that we did right at the very beginning of September is we went on a camping trip with the senior high youth group. We brought just a handful of games. Mm-hmm. It was really, really cool. And it rained like most of the time.
Probably
so the kids didn't really have a choice but to spend time together. So we sat under a giant tarp, played games like The Mind and Century.
I showed them Star Realms.
Yeah, and they loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really cool. And we've been bringing games to youth group as well.
And like playing. This past youth group, I showed some of the youth and parents Rhino Hero.
Oh, can we talk? There's a senior high kid in our youth group who is a DM.
Oh yeah.
And now, 2 weeks ago, we all came early.
Have to explain DM.
We ordered pizza, and we all have characters, and we played Dungeons and Dragons. So our youth pastor was there as well, and he just wanted to make sure that like there was nothing that was like too inappropriate, i.e. like summoning a demon and things like that, because we were playing as a youth group in our church, right? So we wanted to be respectful of that. But that was so cool. He had it all figured out. We all had our own characters. They brought a mat with him, and then another guy just bought a huge bag of dice and just gave everybody their own set of dice.
That was his mat too.
Oh, okay. But
and
it
all
was
the figurines
really cool how a bunch of just high schoolers came together and played D&D, and I'd never played before.
So
I still don't have a name for my character.
Oh, well, you'll have to make one up. But your character,
mm-hmm.
What is your character?
Some kind of angel thing that is also a ranger.
You could just say angel, because most people will just know.
Oh, it's angel. An angel?
Yeah.
And is also a ranger, so think like Aragorn.
Aragorn with wings. A female Aragorn with wings.
Yeah, so basically me, real life Jen.
Yeah. And you got the first kill.
I did. I killed right away.
A goblin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With my longbow.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
And I killed nothing.
Yep. Sums up our entire marriage. Yeah.
My character is just a human and is a paladin, so think a Knight Templar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's really cool because we've got one of our youth group introducing other youth and everyone.
I should call myself Bing Bong, so I can be Bing Bong and be an archer and such.
You need a throwing knife.
Yeah, and throw it knife style.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
We're referencing Community in case anyone hasn't seen that.
So speaking of youth group, we're continuing to bring games. We have a lot of interest there. We've had a lot of youth come to our game nights now too.
Yeah, that's been really cool.
Yeah.
Nice segue there, Matt.
Thank you. But it's really cool seeing the interaction of youth with other youth that they might not know, or sitting down and playing games with other adults.
Yeah, a friend of ours, he came and he brought his son, who I think is junior high age, so
maybe something like that.
Yeah, not high school. But what he was saying is how he appreciates that he can sit down with other adults, not other adults, with adults, and play a game and feel comfortable. Because usually for a lot of teens, the adults they interact with are either their parents or their teachers or like their youth leaders. So it's more of like a position of like authority, which, you know, that's the case for a lot of teens. They don't really hang out with adults, right? But for him to come and sit at a game table and be taught how to play, was it Legendary?
Yep, Marvel Legendary.
Yeah, our brother-in-law sat down and taught him how to play Legendary, and they played together
with two other guys.
With two other guys, but it was just really cool because he was able to just be comfortable interacting with other adults and not feeling like he had to, like, I don't know.
Yeah, just being in a more comfortable.
Yeah, it was actually just to come and hang out, not like we were in charge
social.
of him or responsible for him. He didn't really have to, you know, behave a certain way or anything like that. It wasn't a youth group event. It wasn't a, you know.
Come and be comfortable.
Just come and be comfortable. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly, you know, the feel that we're going for with these kind of game nights to bridge even the generational gaps. Which is kind of cool because we're not that old, but sometimes going to a senior high youth group, you realize
we're older.
Older. Yeah.
There's
a lot of things that we don't quite get. Yeah. But sitting down and playing a board game with the teens or playing D&D, it doesn't really matter because you just laugh and play and make fun of each other. And yeah. So that's been really cool.
Yeah. Our speaking of our last event though, it went very well. So we usually get, what do we usually get? 15 to 18 people maybe?
Yeah.
This last gaming event, I think our last count was like 35 people.
Yeah. Yeah.
It went very well. We had to I don't think I had to bring another table, but I think if we had any more people, I would have had to grab another table and set it up.
Yeah, it's been really fun. People have been just finding us on Facebook and learning about the events and coming, and a handful of my friends from high school have been coming out, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we probably have, at least last week, we probably have like 10 churches represented there.
Yeah.
We've got Christians, non-Christians. There was the 1 week we had Orthodox Jew.
Oh yeah, that was last year. We had to check in with him and see how he's doing.
Yep.
Yeah, but no, it's been really cool.
No, yeah, it's been interesting and nice to get everyone together.
Yeah. And, well, one of our pastors, he comes and he'll bring his family as well, and his son was one of the kids playing Legendary.
Right. Yeah.
And his two daughters will sit there and play a game together, and they help me set up the snack table, and it's like super cute. Yeah. But, like, he'll just sit down and hang out and play games and stuff. It's just such a good opportunity for fellowship.
Yeah.
And again, it kind of, I don't know, like if you were to come to church on a Sunday morning and then see the pastor, you're not likely going to come up and just talk to him and play a game with him necessarily, right? It's more intimidating that way. But
yeah. we've had our youth pastor comes out every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Our associate pastor, comes out. His family is usually around. Daniel came by last week.
Yep.
Or last.
He said his favorite part was the tuck shop. I agree.
Nice.
I agree.
I don't think he had a chance to play anything, did he?
No. It was a busy week.
Yeah.
We go while Awana is running, but we also go while the evening service is running. So
yeah, we start at 2, and Awana starts at what, 6?
6, yeah.
And then the evening service is like 6:30. Or is that 6 as well?
I think it's 6. I don't know.
So we get some people,
Mm-hmm.
and then actually while people are dropping their kids off for Awana, they come by and say, "Oh, what's this?"
Yeah.
Which is really
That's
interesting and fun.
I have a barrel of monkeys. It's distracting me. Yeah, so we're looking forward to the next one, and just seeing who comes out and seeing if we have to expand and move some tables into the hallway.
Or get a bigger room.
Yeah, possibly get a bigger room.
Yeah,
so we'll see about that.
If we keep getting the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think we've got anything else.
All right.
Do you have anything else that you wanted to say? What are you going to play this week? Or this weekend?
This weekend?
What are you going to play?
If we have time.
Just say you've got all the time in the world and you want to play at least one game.
Excuse me. I'm just a.
And you've got all the energy.
I'm just a hoot right now. I tell you what.
What would be the game that you would want to play?
Earlier I was thinking about just desserts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just fun, and I've only played it like twice.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like it.
Today I was thinking about Fallout and wanting to play that with Jeremy.
Yeah.
Because we haven't actually sat down and played a full game yet.
Oh. I have to get on that.
So maybe eventually we'll have time. My phone just died.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good point to end it for now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything going on.
Nope, nothing too exciting. Just stay tuned for any updates. And if you have any questions about specific games or anything like that, you can get a hold of us through here.
If you want suggestions of what games to play, you can get a hold of us, and we'll suggest all our favorites.
Like Mall Madness and Jumanji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck, we've even on our website, if you want to book a gaming event, you can even do that on our website, and we'll come and bring games. And
this is true.
Yeah.
This is true. Well, thanks so much for watching. Thanks, Chris, for sticking around.
No.
What?
What does he say?
Oh, Jer Bear.
Ah.
That's
Jer
his
Bear.
name.
Yep.
Yeah. He loves being called that, by the way, by as many people as possible.
Especially other men.
Especially by other men. Oh dear. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching.
Yep.
And go out and play some games and have a good weekend, or don't, where I'm not your boss.
But you should play games.
You should play games. Yeah. All right. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.